everyone. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka like Queen Lisa. Today is Thursday, and Johnny is back from Thanksgiving. He has been eating lots of turkey, getting ready for Christmas. So we'll see what he has to say. Elon and Vivek were with Congress today talking about DOGE. And I just think, it can't be a mistake that DOGE is merge mined with Litecoin to keep it strengthened for its security and perpetuity. So we're going to talk about that and some other things. Jump in the live chat and ask some questions to Johnny, and make sure you give us a like and share the video. We'll be right back right after this. Well, he's almost back. He's on his way. He's a little, I guess he's got a little turkey tryptophan hangover, coming back late from Thanksgiving, but he's on his way very soon. I know everyone's excited about watching Bitcoin hit 100 grand. I think after being through a couple bull markets, I'm most excited because typically what happens after the big Bitcoin hype and the 100 grand or the whatever hype, it sits there and then they start looking for things to dump it into. And it a lot of times dumps into the alts and the alts run. So none of this is financial advice as usual, but I think it's really interesting. And then watching all the stuff going on politically right now. It's crazy. Hey, Johnny's back. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great time with your family. We missed you last Thursday for sure, but
yeah, happy belated Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving, yes, Friendsgiving. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was late for the show. Actually, a funny thing, I wanted to kind of clear my throat, so I was like, I love gargling with coconut oil. It's natural. It's great. I love it. So, but if you got to gargle with it, you can gargle with coconut oil for 10, 15 minutes. It's not a quick thing. It's not like 30 seconds. So I put some in to gargle right before the show. I was like, let me clear my throat.
Yeah.
And it didn't fully liquefy. So I had to spit it out in the sink and wash it down. And it was chunky. But what happened was 2 weeks ago, my sink got clogged. And the maintenance guy to fix it. He was like, what's this? And I was like, oh, it's the coconut oil. So I was like,
you're like, I do this thing with coconut oil. And he's like,
so then I just saw that I spit it in. And I was like, no. And I was trying to look for a napkin. And I was like, trying to clean it. And then once it goes down the drain, you got to I want to let it run. So it washes it.
Hot water and all that. Yeah. People got in trouble with messing around with lots of different oils lately. You want to be careful. You don't want to start any rumors.
No.
Johnny and his coconut oil.
Okay. Coconut oil, though, is very it's like a superfood, though, that they actually, it's it's really good to ingest as well and take it every day. It's like a supplement.
So it has it's an MCT oil, right? Does it have the high, it gives you quick energy for your body and it helps your body burn fat or something?
It's definitely a fat burner. It's good for your testosterone. So it's kind of got
but it's also a detoxifying thing, isn't it? Because I've heard of people holding coconut oil in your mouth to whiten your teeth. All kinds of
kind of what I've been doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it's very actually it's actually in some toothpastes now. If you look, they have coconut oil in it.
Okay.
So it's I'm a big fan of the coconut.
That's hilarious.
I went from cold showers to coconut oil.
Yeah, those two don't mix well, though.
No.
For sure. Oh man. So I wanted to show this I kind of did a little thumbnail talking about Doge merge mining and talking about Litecoin being the sleeping giant, and how much, we know about through merge mining that like even when, as you know, Bitcoin's reaching 100 grand right now, and everybody's talking about Bitcoin, and there's contracts already to purchase Bitcoin that hasn't even been mined yet. And so at some point, it will kind of like the gears could, stop where miners aren't incentivized to continue mining Bitcoin. I don't know how that would all play out, or I don't know what the end game is there. But with Litecoin, the security of it has an extra layer with Doge merge mining, as my understanding, because that is going to be that. Although Litecoin has a finite supply, Dogecoin has an infinite supply, so it will be merge mined to perpetuity.
And now with the merge mining, people are even getting that Bells coin.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So you're getting it I saw somebody tweet today or yesterday how it pays out like triple compared to Bitcoin mining. I mean, so business is business. You're in business of mining and you're like, hey, I'm making triple. I want to make triple,
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard that. I think Westwood told me about the Bells coin. I can't remember, or maybe it was you. But yeah, that was the first time I told him. So today, more, Doge is everywhere. I feel like they're soft introducing it to, I feel it's another way they're soft introducing crypto. They did the Bitcoin 100 grand. That's getting everyone's attention around these holiday times where people are going home for Thanksgiving, around friends and family. If they can finally be like, okay, yeah, you got mad at me for the last 3 years, but now aren't you happy you didn't sell your
vindicated? I'm vindicated.
Yes, vindicated for sure. And now they're talking about Doge, which cannot be a mistake that they called it Doge.
You're 100% right, Lisa.
There's Department of Government Efficiency.
This ain't not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence.
No.
No way.
And so they play this little.
We believe it's an historic moment for the country, and these two gentlemen are going to help navigate through this exciting new day. Elon and Vivek don't need much of an introduction here in Congress for certain, and most of the American people know what they're capable of and what they've achieved. We have long lamented the size and scope of the government, that it has grown too large. And let me be frank about this. Government is too big, it does too many things, and it does almost nothing well. And the taxpayers deserve better. We're very frustrated by what the Biden administration appears to be doing right now, and that is, as you said, shoveling money. As someone said on a hidden camera on a clip that I saw, someone in the administration who's charged with distributing the funds said it's like we're dumping gold bars off the Titanic here at the end.
Oh my goodness. I don't know where this is playing. Turn it off. This might get awkward. You guys hear that? Jonny, I'll let you cover me for
I got it, guys. So exciting stuff though. Litecoin's been going up in price. That's definitely exciting. Bitcoin hit 100K, but Litecoin made definitely a bigger move. So as we've been saying that Litecoin is undervalued. I mean, I was starting to sound like a broken record, I know, saying this, but it was just, I always said it's an opportunity. And now the opportunity is coming to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and talking about, or Speaker Johnson talking about, the Titanic again. I don't think that's a mistake. They're bringing all these references from history and when things changed and when the Fed was created, all of that kind of stuff. They're bringing all that up again. And he's talking about throwing gold bars off the Titanic in the way that their government is wasting money, and that Doge is going to be used to find that out, or, make solutions for that. So I thought that was really interesting as well. And I feel like that gives more security and validation for Litecoin as well.
100%. I was tweeting about this the other day because when you look under the hood of the two blockchains, you're like, okay, Litecoin does way more transactions per day, moves way more value. So then if you just ask someone, look at all the statistics, which one do you think's more valuable? Everybody's going to point to Litecoin. And now if you said, no, Dogecoin has 5 or 6 or 7 times the market cap of Litecoin, you're going to be like, what the? But that makes no sense if you look at just under the hood, the engine of what's going on. But again, with the merge mining, what's good for Litecoin is good for Dogecoin. It's good for Dogecoin. It's good for Litecoin. Dogecoin price being high is great for Litecoin. Makes more people want to mine it because it's way more profitable.
Yeah,
it's great.
That makes sense too. So then that is where like there's so many things that have allowed Litecoin to be this sleeping giant, and I think it's on purpose so that it can be we the people's coin or token or way of transacting, in a peer-to-peer way, because it has the options of privacy that we could use it in that way. And it's in a form, I mean, it is really the digital silver, Westwood was saying,
And it was such an opportunity. I mean, the price hung out around 60, between like 60 and like 70 something dollars for a long time.
It was $24 for like almost a year or something.
So it had all this time when if you wanted to buy it, the opportunity was there. And it's still a good opportunity. I mean, because if you look at the market cap of other coins, and Litecoin's only $140 right now.
Right.
It has a lot of room to go up. Most people think Litecoin's hitting 1,000.
That's what I keep seeing. I keep seeing 1,000 to 2,500. And I'm like, what? How is that possible? But if you think about, like, really, that's not so out of whack. If Litecoin is 1 to 4 of Bitcoin, as far as, coins
in circulation,
circulation, then why wouldn't it be at least 10% of Bitcoin, if not 25%, but at least 10% of Bitcoin? So
it's so undervalued, and you're right. What is the fair? So with $1,000 Litecoin, the market cap on that's probably only like 70 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of coins right now that the market cap's 7. XRP, the market cap's double that.
Right. But some of that is a big scam. There was a guy who,
Doge, real quick, Lisa, Doge right now, the market cap's 63 billion. So if Litecoin had the same market cap as Doge, the price would probably be like, close to $1,000, like 900 and something dollars. So it's in striking range. I mean, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's amazing. There was somebody sharing a bunch of FUD about Ripple, XRP. Somebody put some like wrapped trust bullshit RL. It was like Ripple, but it was like
Ripple stable coin or something.
Stable coin, yeah, but it wasn't even put out by Ripple. It was some other dude who like made it up or whatever. It was like anyone can. When you look into it, it was like anyone can do this. This is not backed by anything. It's not Ripple doing this. It was a total like scam, fake thing, and that's why I would just warn everybody right now. When things get exciting and the numbers start pumping and people are desperate because of the way the economy has been and whatever, like if something sounds too good to be true, sometimes it is. So
all you got to do is look at the market cap of Ripple and or XRP and where it came from to know that there's other cryptos you could buy that are a way better value. I wouldn't be buying that one. Now, if you had it and it went way up, you know what? Maybe you got some type of energy or something. So maybe a little birds, I don't know. Maybe whatever spirit guide told you, whatever people say, that was a hell of a trade, but I would move the profit into something good at this point in time. You know what I mean?
A hard asset. Yeah. That's in your possession and not dependent on a token that its own company disavows.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
people were asking me because it seemed to be like XRP and XLM are kind of included in the same.
yeah, a lot
thing.
of conversation.
So I told people, I said, look, if it were the choice of just between those two coins, XLM would be such a better buy. The market cap's 10 times less than XRP. 10 times.
Okay.
If Litecoin and XRP's market cap, the price of Litecoin would be $1,600.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting. I was watching Jim Rickards talking about the US dollar and the GDP ratio, debt to GDP ratio, and that you can only borrow money like even once it gets up to like 50%, you're really stretching it. Like, so when you're at 30%, you can borrow, and then you make, if you take $100 and you borrow, then you make 130. But once you get up to 90, and the US is now at 130% debt GDP, like we're upside down
We're flipped upside
on the
down.
mountain. So
Yeah.
we can no longer borrow to get ourselves out of debt. And then he was talking about how like the modern monetary theory model just doesn't work. It works to a point, but once you hit that tipping point of more than 100% debt to GDP ratio, like you're a sinking ship.
See,
And thus the Titanic.
And the smartest thing to do is to be buying hard assets or things that have real value, because that's going to make it to the other side.
Yeah.
We don't know when, but we know it's happening. So as long as they keep the game going, whatever you get from that system put into real things of value in your own possession, you're going to be come out good.
Well, and I think they that know are hinting about it. I mean, when you see Speaker Johnson, giving references to the Titanic, talking about that he overheard somebody throwing gold bars off. We're watching what's happening. I guess Trump chose a new SEC guy he was crypto friendly, but I hadn't really heard of him, but I'm not the most, on top of all those things. But then he also appointed separately a crypto czar. So it's like, okay, how many times have you heard in the crypto community, like, we shouldn't be governed by the SEC. We're not a commodity, and we're not a investment. Like, crypto is its own thing. It is software. Some of it is currency, but it is its own thing.
So
for
it
him
makes sense with the crypto czar. And then I guess if the SEC guy is crypto friendly, he's not going to try to stand in anybody's way and pull legal stuff. He's just going to probably get out of the way, which would be the best thing. You know what I mean?
Should just be giving guidance and and clearing the way. We'll see what happens, but it'll be interesting.
But they would be in charge of an ETF or have governing body over an ETF.
Well, an ETF would be through the SEC though, because that's an investment.
Yeah, that's what I mean exactly.
Yeah, but that's separate. Trump crypto czar. Let's see who it is. Let's look him up. David Sachs. Never heard of him. Have you heard of him?
I think that.
Oh God, he's former PayPal.
Just that he was going to be the crypto czar. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that's bad if he's former PayPal, because maybe maybe he can get more things done as far as like the integrating crypto into the regular system. You know what I mean?
I just know that they like debanked people on Venmo that were patriots. And so,
So it's, I would say, okay, I would say that's because of like the Operation Choke Point and all that, and like how like the government will tell them you have to shut these. So it's not necessarily like the PayPal or like the payment processor that's flagging it. They're getting it down from higher levels saying you have to shut these people down.
and if you don't, we shut you down, kind of thing.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how, so I wouldn't, so that's, yeah, that like, obviously it sucks when that happens. That's the whole reason I got into crypto in the first place. Cause I saw all that stuff happening and I was like, this is bullshit that they can just shut this down, take this money, do that. I'm like, has to be a better way. So I guess let's have some hopium.
Yeah.
Somebody that was from PayPal, if they have ins into the regular system, we could integrate crypto the right way. This could be a dream. Maybe now people actually will be paying with crypto at like point of sales and stuff. You know what I mean? So that
would be awesome.
Because let's face it, if we want crypto to succeed, where it's like people are actually able to use it as like a tool, we could use it. So the more people that use it in more of a private manner, the better.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my hope, that it could be integrated in. Maybe we'll start to see, like, remember the Litecoin card got shut down. Maybe we'll see things.
Yeah,
like
that was a great tool.
That was a great tool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. He's on they were talking about how he's on so many podcasts. They were talking, I was like, I've never even heard of him, but I'll have to check out the All In podcast. And
Brilliant mind has Trump and Elon's ear. So
that can't be bad.
No, so I would try to I think, hey, if any, like, I'm happy that this war on crypto or whatever is coming to an end, because the bad guys have been so bad for crypto. That's why we don't see more adoption in the mainstream and all that. It's just been attack after attack. So
and it feels like attack after attack of things that are disruptive to centralized. It was all things that were disruptive to centralized powers, because if you look at what was attacked, Reggie's patents, well, that's peer-to-peer transaction. That's straight up central bank fed stuff. Dragon Chain, that replaces social media. And it has no centralization there. And so then there's library. Well, that replaces, YouTube. I mean, we can go down the list. If you look at who the attacks were after, it was all the disruptive technology that was taking out the centralized systems.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they are very transparent in what their agenda was and what they were trying to do and how they were trying to enslave everyone.
Yeah.
So everybody just has to keep fighting back is the good thing. So
maybe, I mean, who knows? Let's just, like I said, hopefully we get some crypto adoption in the real world and people are using it. And that would be, that's what I fought for years, but then it kind of became like, once they shut everything down, I was like, well, unless you're like a crypto, like someone really into this, like we are, and know about it and comfortable with doing everything. And most people are, just getting scared off or whatever.
Well, and then they went after people like,
people,
McAfee. Look what they did to Roger Ver. I mean, the guy, it's a horrible story.
Horrible.
You hear what happened to him. Like, he tried to comply, just like Dragon Chain and Library, and so many of them that came in, they were open, they were transparent. And then instead of them working with the organization that was supposed to be giving them guidance, they were just like, it was like you were like showing them your underpants and they were just swatting at you. Like they had no intention of helping them or giving them guidance. They were just looking for, you were just making yourself vulnerable, and they were making up things that they lied about, whether they made him file something twice. The IRS made him file something. Then they made a mistake and said they didn't receive it. So he filed it again. So they gave him 2 charges because he mailed in. So he submitted to them. So they charged him twice for that.
I mean,
That's so criminal.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. If you guys haven't looked into, they're doing they've got a petition on freeroger.com or .org. I'm not sure which one. And then they also, yes, they violated attorney-client privilege. They came in with guns to his attorney's office. Like totally insane. Anyway, you can sign a petition for him to be pardoned. And then they also have another one where you can support him and learn. You can also buy hijacking Bitcoin to support his work. And
no, definitely support him, regardless of liking BCH or not. Like, I support him and everything he did for Bitcoin, and just him as a person. So,
yeah,
100% has.
Well, and then when you hear what else he's doing, so because he's one of the first like Bitcoiners and whatever, he funds. A lot of people don't even know about this, but he funds. It's called like Brownstone Research or something like this. Something about Brownstone, and they pay to support doctors that have become disheartened with the big pharma medical community and that see all the corruption with the, testing and don't want to continue with it, but want to go a holistic route or find alternatives for people. So they pay them to be able to, keep supporting their family and working as a doctor, but they're not, supported by the FDA and all that kind of stuff. But he's like one of the big donors of that. Brownstone is a think tank. Yeah. There's a lot of doctors in that. From what I heard, the interview that I heard, I guess they have other things that they're doing with it too, but he's one of the big funders of that. So like he's doing good things with this stuff too. So I don't know. It's just kind of insane to think about.
Let's just say a prayer for him. So hopefully they drop the charges against him.
Yeah, because the saying, like when they came for the whoever, I didn't say anything. And when they came for the whoever, I didn't say anything. And when they came for me, there was no one to say anything, which I'm a terrible quoter, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like we have to say something about all this. The crypto community raised a stink and got Trump to notice, with Ross.
Yes.
And recognize free markets, and he's promised to free Ross on day one. But, Aaron's who I heard all this from.
I think what I would hope for is if they just drop the case against him, then he goes free. You know what I mean? Right now he's being held.
In Spain.
Yeah. So I think if we have a pro crypto, that's where they talk about getting rid of that 3-letter agency.
Which I did read something. I don't know if I forwarded it to Telegram, and somebody was telling me there's something where like they don't have to. Congress doesn't have to like vote to outlaw it. That Trump can just do some kind of, I think it's with an executive order or something, he can like delete it, as
Gotcha.
Elon says.
Nice.
We'll see.
Let's see what happens. Let's let's stay as hopeful as we can, and let's hope we get freer markets,
Yeah.
less intrusion in our lives of these people.
Yeah. I mean, it's like being forced to play a game that you never asked to be a part of, you know? It's just really terrible. And now we're just all waking up to it.
You know, it's funny too, Roger. You almost wonder, was the arrest retribution for that hijacking Bitcoin book? Because he exposed a lot in that book and it was popular.
So there's a lady that, I don't know if she's an attorney or what, but she was doing this interview and she said that when he was a kid, how did it go? It's like he said something. Oh, he was selling explosives that they sold at Cabela's, but he was selling them online. And because he had made some statement about this 3-letter agency or something, they literally, the attorney was like trying to reason with him. They're like, okay, so you give this guy a fine and you tell him to never do it again. Like, no one's fining Cabela's or telling them not to do it. How can you put this kid in jail? And they actually put him in jail for this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the 3-letter agency person, when they were doing it, he goes, no, because he said that taxation was theft. And so they mentioned that it was for retribution. It was totally
retribution. Yeah.
Going after him because he was trying to spread the word that taxation is theft. And so they went and dug through, show me the man, I'll show you the crime kind of thing. They made up a way to put this young boy in jail. He was a young kid at the time. And then he was tortured in jail. The guards were playing mental mind games with him, and one of them pretended to hide a shank in his boot while he shook him down. And he was going to have to be 2 more years in jail just for having the shank. And so Roger broke down and he's sobbing and whatever. And then the guy looks over at him. He goes, just kidding, man. That's some sick stuff,
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what she said. That's when he was as soon as he got out of there for those charges, he served 10 months for selling the explosive that Cabela sold every day. And it was I'm leaving this shit country and I'm never coming back. And so he tried to do it legally, lawfully, all that. And then he followed his attorney's advice. And so one of the scariest parts of this is if they are able to convict him, then any of us that follow our attorneys or CPA's advice, you can be convicted. I don't know why I have balloons going on. You can be convicted of whatever for taking advice from your attorney.
Advice. The person that's guiding you.
That's insane. Completely insane.
Let's hope he's being targeted because he ran as a libertarian for House seat in California of all states. I mean, they're not exactly they don't exactly like that kind of thinking out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was sure it was freeroger.com, but I guess it's not freeroger.com. Because there's you can go and sign the petition. It costs you nothing. It takes 2 seconds. In fact, I did it in the car. I thought it was .com. freeroger.com. Why is it not letting me?
Nana said there is no justice, only points of law.
There you go, Nana.
It's a good statement.
I will try to find it and I will tweet it and put it in the description of this video later. If anybody knows it in the chat, please post it there. And I will also put it in the Telegram group, which you can find in the link of this video as well. So that's kind of a good little community landing place for all of us. But well, there is hope because we do have Litecoin and we have the opportunity to have free markets and peer-to-peer transactions. And, be able to send messages to each other and communicate. And that's, when your freedom of speech is being challenged and your liberty, what some of the stuff that not only Roger's facing, but all of us, if we really look at it, what all of us are facing, we really need to be looking at the enslavement that the dirty fiat, the Fed has put on all of us, and look for those other options. And, I believe that, like Westwood said, the lighthouse is Litecoin. So it has everything there.
Yeah, it's definitely important to seek the alternatives.
Yes. Opt out. Opt
Opt
out.
out.
All right, guys. Well, we will catch you guys later. I think Westwood's got a spaces going tonight. So if you guys are up for hanging out, I'll probably pop in there and say hi to everybody. And I appreciate all the love and prayers for Cannonball. He did really great at the hospital yesterday. He's not feeling too good today, but we're hanging in there. And so I appreciate all the love and prayers. So we'll see you guys next time. It'll be happy hour tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks, guys.